YouTube, what goes on? And welcome back to Disavowed Action Figures, bringing you Toy Hunt episode number 457. We're back at Walmart on Linden Street in the Bethlehem area. I'm not looking for anything in particular, but just want to see what they have inside. Of course, we'll be hitting some Ross and some bargain stores and looking for deals and steals in this video. But before we get into that, if you're new, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It is free for you, does not cost you anything, and it helps us grow the channel tremendously on the march to 8,000 subscribers. While you're at it, go ahead and click that bell for notifications, because that way YouTube should notify and tell you when we post new content here to the channel, like our weekly toy hunts, reviews, and live streams. Leave a comment down below, hit that like button. And for daily toy content and daily toy updates, try checking us out over at Instagram at disavowed_12. Let's see what they have inside. Oh, and if you wouldn't mind, hit that hype button. It's a thing. YouTube is telling me to do it. Hit the hype. I think it helps somehow. So, all right, let's see, Walmart. All right, so right to the Marvel Legends. There's those. What can I say? Other than that they're there. Here is this wave of Spider-Man. Wow, it's actually a dedicated case. Okay. Huh. Isn't that a wave? No, Velocity suit. Is that its own thing? Okay. Yeah, I thought that was in a wave. Maybe. Let me know in the comments. But speaking of waves, X97's here with really bent up cards. So we got Morph, we got Jubilee, the White Queen, which I will not buy because the heels are terrible. I don't want to bother standing it. Cable, reviewed it, really enjoy it as a cartoon inspired character figure. Not going to fit your comics too well. And of course, Sunspot, not Sunfire. There's these guys too. I know my friends over at the Yojo Jerk channel were talking all about this in this week's episode, and yeah, just go watch it. you can hear them talk about it. They're not too high on that figure. The nostalgia they like. I have no opinion. I just don't care about it at all. There's Danielson right there, wrestling up top. We got Uso in the house. Good old Ron Simmons. We got a John Cena up top there hiding on me. Some Lex Luger and Charlotte action. Transformers. You got Superstars, Georgie, Animal Steel. Some old school WWF right there. So again, I don't come to the store very often, but I try to check it out once every couple months to see what's hanging here. Sometimes they have good clearance. Also, I found the X-Men 97 Wolverine here super early, which made my review do really well. Not because I'm good at reviewing toys, just because I found it very early and other people didn't have it yet to review. So, all right, let's go check clearance. There is no NECA collectibles in this store, but let's check clearance, see what's over there out of curiosity. All right, so they do have the IG-12 Grogu and Zelen, however you pronounce that, $10. Down from 24. This is $24. It's ridiculous. Kenny Omega, $10. And then they have Electro, $15.38. It's damaged really badly. Looks like it's taped on there. Maybe got crushed. I think all the parts are in there. It's the correct figure from what I can tell. Unless somebody bought it and tried to return it after they ripped it off, maybe? I don't know. I think it's the right figure. I think it's the right accessories. That's still not low enough for me to consider buying it. $7-8. Yeah, probably. Consider it. Other than that, I did see these. What the heck? Slingshot power line ammunition. I guess you actually use a slingshot for something destructive, right? Like a hardcore slingshot. There's a truck over there. What's that? Diecast, $22. All right, I think we're down at the clearance here. There's not a GameStop. It got closed in this location. So I don't know where we're going next. Probably somewhere in Easton. Of course, Ross and Target and Walmart are all there too. And GameStop. Oh, and Merry Christmas in October. Yeah, Merry Christmas in October from Pennsylvania. All right, we're going to go in Jaff Comics, Nazareth Pike. Love going in this store. Great local shop. They get in some great loose action figures, some figures in early. I will be putting music over the top, though. It's a kind of a smaller area. Not a small store, just it's kind of tight inside. I'm not going to be doing narration, and there'll probably be copyrighted music in the background. So let's see what Jaff has today. comic book purchase, which is rare for me. I picked up the Red Band, I think it's Punisher #2 reissue, he told me. I just liked the cover, and I haven't read a Red Band comic in a long time, but I grabbed it, $5. I'll put it on display in the toy room somewhere. It's pretty cool. And then again, check out Jaff Comics. Highly suggested. It's a great store if you're in the area. I try to throw them in here in the rotation from time to time. If you're in the area, or if you're out of the area, but you're in the area visiting, check out Jaff, look them up. Fun store, comics, and all sorts of toys and action figures. Okay, first Ross of the video. We are at the Ross over by the Target by Dryland Way in Easton. There is another Ross on Southmont Way, which we'll probably go to and see what they have there. Could be a win, could be a loss. You really don't know unless you go and check your Ross. All right, so red table's right out front. I wasn't checking these too closely recently until I found that Marvel Legends 2-pack kind of wedged between some of the younger kid toys. So let's start looking. None here now. Got Skechers sneakers though. And while we're up here, we'll cruise right to the front basket and see what they have. Already see a bunch of Black Series, and they got new stuff. Look at this. I was eyeballing this for the longest time at GameStop, and I really don't do Joe's anymore. Again, I got the police officer because I wanted to be a police officer in the collection, but I'm getting this for $5.99, 100%. So that's awesome. It's really cool. There's a bunch of them here. There's 4 of them. So finding new stuff. That's always fun, finding new stuff at Ross. I think I saw Collecting Havoc find this already as well at his direction. So I knew it was popping around. I just didn't think I would see it. Black Series, it's your typical stuff that has just been sitting around. There's Trinity, I think, all right? Yeah, Trinity. And yeah, there you go. All right, let's go check the back of the store. So even though I say I'm out on Joe's, I always reserve the right if I find them cheap somewhere to pick them up. So I think I remember people saying they didn't like this too, but for that price. And check it out, more red tables. So we have our Brooklyn in the house, more Evil Dead and Dracula. We've seen those previous weeks and previous videos. Some other stuff, there's Dracula there. And then Spin Move. Looks like they're kind of still doing the boy-girl kind of scenario here. Barbie helicopter. I might get that for my niece. But yeah, again, Ross is great for buying stuff for yourself. Don't forget, Christmas holiday season, right? Get some good stuff that kids don't already have. They don't know if it's cheap or not. If they don't have it, they might think it's cool, right? Or buy expensive stuff, whatever you want to do. Like Monster Jam. My nephew loves Monster Jam. There's a whole pack of them. What do they want for this? They're tinier ones, I think it looks like. Okay, why am I showing you this? You probably don't care, but what the heck, right? Got a Bowens. See if there's any chases here. We got a Jamie Hayter. Holy cow. Not a chase, I get it, but I don't have a Jamie Hayter. So that's going with me on my huge stack of AW toys that I haven't friggin' opened yet. And then we have more of these. Again, these have the cards in them. So if you see these and you don't have them, for $3.99 or $2.99, whatever it might be, it's worth it to get the cards too. I almost bought a bunch of these and do I have them because of the cards, but I can't get into doing that. But yeah, there we go. We got a Hayter and we got an Agent Helix that can fight each other, right? Even better, it comes with the belt. So get a belt with it as an accessory. That works out. And there's the entire wave. I'd love to find Alex Reynolds. I think he was technically a chase. Even Claudio. I don't have a Claudio in my collection. Or a Wheeler, for that matter. So yeah, if the rest of this wave is here, I might partake. So they have had wrestling crammed over on this side in the past. Not seeing any now. So some more G.I. Joe classified back there, $16.99. All the UFC stuff, which seems to not be moving because I don't think there's much of a market for UFC toys. Could be wrong, but if they're showing up here, not a good sign. Then down this direction, we got a Lamborghini and some other stuff. Spin Move to the right. We'll see what's on the shelving. When I come here, I tend to do better in the front, and I tend to do better on the shelves as I'm looking at. I tend to not find too much stuff on these shelves on the side. Although I did find the Batwing crammed down there, which is very strange. But unfortunately, I don't think there's anything left here. But it gives me a good positive vibe going to the next Ross across town that they might have more of this wrestling way, which would be really cool to keep filling up my AEW shelf with all of my cheap AEW figures. And not cheap as in poorly made. I always think that looks like CM Punk to me. I guess it's the facial hair and the tattoo on the chest. But okay, I think we're done here. We're gonna go pay for these. That's not bad. What was it, $3.99 and $5.99? That's a pretty good little haul for 2 figures. Not a bad price. Well, little pops here too. Star Wars. Okay, let's go. So this GameStop was pretty loaded last time I came here with Hasbro stuff and DC and all sorts of figures. Also, last time there's a big Pokemon thing going on. Thankfully today there's not a line out the door, so I got lucky in that regard. Let's check out the GameStop. Jersey Maniac loves those. like the McFarlane one. So I'm working on a project where I'm going to frame some comic book covers I really like and hang them in my toy room. I love this cover. I remember getting it as a kid. I'll buy this down the road when it's on clearance. Love that cover. Love the whole story. And the video game, Clone Wars, great game. Ross, Dry Island Way, Easton. Then we're gonna hit up Wawa for a snack and some gas. I won't show you that part. And then we'll go to the other Ross across town in Easton on Southmont Way. And then maybe do 1 or 2 more stores on the way home. And rolling into the wrestling section to start. Looks like all your typical things we've been seeing. It's that Series 28 wave Undertaker down to $12.49. They are getting rid of him quick. Let's look at the toy deal in effect. Up top, Simpsons older figures. Starting a little bit worried about the sustainability of that line. They kind of don't get them out often. The last wave I only saw at GameStop. So maybe online sales, who knows. But there's your Jesser section. What's up, Jesser? And let's go check the other aisle. So that store was insanely busy, like insanely busy, which is good. It's a store, it's supposed to be, right? So I didn't film any other aisles. If you watch my show, you know my policy. I like to film in an aisle where there's other people in there, especially kids. I don't want to bother people on their shopping experience. So yeah, I didn't miss anything. I just didn't want to wait it out to show you something that wasn't unique. So that's a more good old Ross on Southmont Way in Easton, across town from the other Ross. Jumped on 33, William Penn, and boom. Finally remembering how to do this now without using my my phone to tell me, my Maps app. But yeah, let's see what they have in here. Who knows? All right, so I said I would check these tables just to make sure there's nothing hidden. And by hidden, I mean tucked away, not really hidden on purpose. And nothing there. Let's check the basket in the front. So there's an entire stack of Motu and TMNT crossover figures in the basket in the front. The problem is you just can't get to it. It's kind of like, it's not in a position you can easily access to kind of dig through and film. I feel rude when people are in line. But this is here for $50. If it were cheap, I'd get it. I don't Star Wars at all. I really don't do anything for Star Wars. I would one day like to have an ATST in my collection. It doesn't have to be big one. It could be a smaller one like this, the Raider. But not at $50. It's a little outside my spending. But then down below, not really seeing much else. So as always, you kind of find stuff. And Jay Tree likes to say this, and I agree. You always find stuff that you're not looking for, and people find the stuff you're looking for. Which is why we try to help each other out, which is cool. But I'll get a picture of that for the thumbnail. In fact, I'm just going to grab it just in case somebody grabs it while I finish filming. Down this way, what do we have back there? Dark Flash Gold Label. But that seems to be about it. I'll check the peg hooks in a minute. There's a bunch of people over there. If I can sneak in, I'll film. If not, I'll tell you what's there after. But yeah, cool to see this. Just not something I need. And over here at the peg hooks, not seeing much else. Some Dragon Ball stuff. All those Frankensteins are still there. Nobody wants the Frankensteins here. They've been there every week. We've come here for a while now. Skeleton Crew, that guy's still there. UFC stuff is just stacking up at Ross. But that seems to be about it. Check out Ross. Dress for Less on MacArthur Road in Allentown, Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania. I know I say that a lot, but people always ask me where I am, despite me putting it like in the little text areas. I try to say it a lot, so sorry if that bothers you. But yeah, we had success finding that Marvel Legends 2-pack here. Hoping more Marvel Legends might show up here, so let's go and see. So the line is absolutely insane right now. I was actually shocked by how many cars were in the parking lot, and yeah, it's legit. There's a lot of people. It's like literally feels like Christmas shopping today. So kind of hoping I don't find something that I really want to buy. But still the Demonas here. Looks like some of them are gone. There's a third one there, so maybe not. This might be moved around. The giant Echo Pop tends to show up everywhere. I've seen it in a lot of Rosses. Don't always film it, but I usually see it. But yeah, I'm not seeing any AEW or Marvel Legends goodness jumping out at me here. I looked in the basket on the way through up front, and again, very long lines. I'm not going to film up there. However, it was like all the NECA stuff, the things we've been seeing. So I'm not going to kind of fight my way through to do that. But yeah, I think we're taking the L at this store here. Not much really to see or to go through. Peg hooks back here. Again, all the same stuff. The Masters TMNT. Lots of the Sammy Guevara, Jade Cargill, Red Velvet. So already got all those AEWs on my unopened stack at home. So, all right, think we're gonna go over to Walmart after this. Checking in at MacArthur Road Walmart. See what they have in here. I'm curious. I really want to see if any of these Marvel Legends and Classifieds that are showing up in those big giant shippers start to show up in stores that don't have those shippers. So as I'm checking other Walmarts, let's go see. All right, so we're king of the aisle status, at least for the moment. And working our way down, we still have that Kit Fisto here for 15. I don't think that was clearance last time I came here. That's tempting. As I mentioned, I really don't do Star Wars, but when I see that, it is tempting. Oh, cool, they have new G.I. Joe here. So we've seen these, I think, at Target, but seeing those at Walmart's pretty cool. So Iron Grenadiers, it's a really neat head sculpt right there. Frag Viper, I remember having as a kid. Tempting, very tempting, very tempting. Put those back where they go. Okay, so nice seeing the new G.I. Joe here. There's our Cody Rhodes with the Get Pumped Up hand. Down this way, we have some Power Ranger Morpher stuff. There's Rita Repulsa herself, looking repulsive as always. Walter Jones, was that his name? The original Black Ranger? By black, I mean the color he's wearing, of course, but it was ironic. There's our Night Trooper still up there. They got a morph. Seems like most Walmarts have a morph. The Gyric head is something I would like to have. Don't necessarily want morph, though. There's Spider-Man 77, and again, to be fair, I don't do a lot of the animated either. Digging that Cable. I like my Wolverine. I finally opened Magneto, then I got Ross. So a lot of those I might find are Ross. Cyclops is showing up at Ross right now. So if I saw Cyclops at Ross, I'd probably get it. If I saw Morph at Ross, I'd probably get it. Other than that, down this way, Jurassic Jesser section. Sup, Jesser. All the dinos. What's that wacky looking thing? Why is that over here? I don't know. All right, let's go check collectibles and see what's going on. But yeah, we have an entire King of the Isle clip there. All right. Quick clearance check before we get over to collectibles. $5 Sectars. They've made it there. They've gotten there. They've made it to $5. I kind of feel bad for this line. You know, I had no connection to it. I didn't have them as a kid or anything. A lot of people did. But yeah, it just seems like it was dead on arrival. Wow, whole $2. About $2. Off on the Ben Coopers. We got a Beth Phoenix. I think it's the right figure. Down to 15. Ricky Starks, $17.50. $8. I think that's the cheapest we've seen that so far on the Jedi Master. Then down here we got a Tila down to $10.50. $10.50 there. That's not bad for $10.50 at all. But I think that's it. Let's go check the collectible section and see what goes on over there. They have some of the new horror stuff here, so that's kind of cool that they put the, I guess you call her the protagonist, right, at this point? She's kind of like the good guy. I didn't see the third one yet. But that's kind of neat they'd make her. Then, of course, we have Bloody Terrifier. He's here. Is this the Terrifier girl? No, it's another Terrifier, another Art to Clown. But, yeah, I don't see the little creepy girl here. Also, I think that the NECA art is supposed to be showing up here. If I saw that, I'd probably be tempted to pick it up. Down below, Five Nights at Freddy's. Kind of cool to see. Then over here, they still have this NECA section. It's pretty ripped apart. There's still a lot of stuff laying around back here. A lot of these are at Ross. I haven't seen this at Ross yet. But most of these are almost all else at Ross for like, what, 20 or something, $16 now. And as we show you the collectible section, I think we're going to call it a hunt. So if you're new, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It is free for you. It does not cost you anything. And it helps us grow the channel tremendously in the march to 8,000 subscribers. While we're at it, go ahead and click that bell for notifications, because that way YouTube should notify and tell you when we post new content here to the channel, like our weekly toy hunts, reviews, and live streams. Leave a comment down below. Hit that like button. And for daily toy content and daily toy updates, try checking us out over Instagram at Disavowed_12. Hey everybody, if you're going toy hunting this week, please try to remember the 3 P's of the toy hunt: patience, persistence, most of all politeness. Take care, stay healthy, and I'll be seeing all of you at the pegs.